Hello, you're all very welcome here to Belfield for live coverage of the Wexford Senior Camogie Championship final between two old rivals, Oulart de Ballagh and Rathnure St Anne's. It's a beautiful November day here in Belfield. The sun is shining and there's very little breeze. Conditions are very decent when it comes to thinking of games in November, so it's great to be here. It's great to have a good crowd here today, and it's great to be joined by Laura Dempsey and Kate Kelly. First of all, Laura, you've played in this championship and you'll be very familiar with both sides. What sort of a game do you think we'll have?
Look, I suppose it's going to be a very interesting game today. Both teams have had very different paths, I suppose, to get here. The two of them were in the same group in the group stages. Oulart have actually gone undefeated, and Rathnure were beaten by Buckland Barntown and Oulart, and then overcame Bunclody and St Martin's in the semi-final, which was probably the biggest shock of the season so far. So not only did they come out on top, they also kept Martin's to only scoring 1 point from play, which was definitely a big shocker. So it's definitely going to be a very interesting game. I think Rathnure are going to go in as underdogs, but what better way to go into a county final than as an underdog?
And of course, Oulart de Ballagh, the reigning champions. It's 2008 since Rathnure last got their hands on the Paddy Kelly trophy, who they beat Oulart de Ballagh that day, and certainly on the basis of the semi-final result, maybe they'll fancy their chances of doing it again. Both sides are in their huddles here before the game and getting maybe last-minute instructions just to go down through the two sides. The 15 for Oulart de Ballagh: Lauren Sinnott, Maria O'Dowd, Aideen Bredin, Katie Roach, Aoife Dunn, Ciara Story, Mary Lacey, Stacey Keogh, Anae Curran, Katie Gallagher, Shelley Keogh, Siobhan Sinnott, Ursula Jacob, Una Lacey and Louise Sinnott. And the Rathnure 15 then: Laura Brennan, Leanne Foley, Louise O'Leary, Amy Cahill, Aisling O'Leary, Lizzie Whiteley and Katie Lennon, Michelle Martin, Lisa Martin, Una Doyle, Ciara O'Connor, Nora Higgins, Mary Kate Doyle, Jackie Quigley and Quiva Byrne. The referee today is Joe Kelly. The two linesmen are Martin Conway and Ian Dwyer, and we wish all of them the very best of luck. The two sides will be almost ready to go behind the Ballagh pipe band here for the parade, which will take place very shortly. A good crowd in here at the moment anyway, Laura.
Yeah, there's a great crowd, and it's absolute perfect conditions for a county final as well. You know, it's great to see, I suppose, after the year that we've had as well. It's brilliant to see a crowd in here. I suppose it'll be interesting to see how both teams do decide to line out now. I think Oulart have been pretty consistent with their line out so far this year, but it'll be interesting to see whether Rathnure decide to play with a sweeper to try and cut out the threat of Ursula and Una in the Oulart full forward line.
And Kate, you were just down there testing out conditions. What sort of a game do you think we'll have?
Yeah, well, look at it. It's a great day for a Camogie game. You couldn't ask for better conditions in November. I think it'll be a tough game, and I suppose it all come down to on Rathnure. You'd have to say Oulart coming into this definitely have experience of big days and big occasions, and it's a great day for Rathnure. You have so many young players and only two players connecting them to their last county final, so if they can get off to a good start like they did in the semi-final, I think this will be a great game. If they can stay in the game, to each water break, to the half time, and who knows, they could pull it off.
And I think, as Kate said there, Rathnure are going in as underdogs, but what better team than Rathnure in a county final? They brought St Martin's into an absolute dogfight in the semi-final, so it'll be very interesting to see how they react now to Oulart.
Well, we'll listen now to the parade and the pipe band from Ballagh. So as the teams break from the parade, we couldn't really want for a better day in the end of November here to play a county final, Kate.
No, absolutely not. Like possibly maybe the pitch mightn't be immaculate, but in terms of conditions for November, like there's slight breeze into the town end, but look at it, a brilliant day, and hopefully we'll get the Camogie match to match it.
Right, folks, can you please be upstanding as the St. Colum's Pipe Band lead us in Around the Beat. So the best of both teams in the 2021 Senior County Final.
So we're almost ready to start here, and the nerves will be jangling amongst both players, I suppose, particularly from the Oulart to Ballagh side. This is nearly like an annual occasion for them. Laura, Rathnure, it's 4 or 5 years since they've been last here. There's some of the players playing in their first county final. It's obviously a very nervous occasion for both sides.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Oulart are definitely no stranger to county finals at this stage, but I'd say with the Rathnure team, it's a very, very young team. I'd say probably 90% of these girls have never played in a county final before. I suppose one player who's probably worth mentioning who isn't togging out today is Una Doyle. She did her cruciate there earlier in the year, and she'll be an absolute massive loss to Rathnure today. She's their free taker. She's one of their top scorers this year, so she'll be a huge, huge loss.
So the ball is in and the game is on. Breaks here. First possession is won by Nora Higgins, sent forward. Chasing after there is Mary Lacey, but that's really well gathered by Quiva Byrne. Good chance here maybe for Rathnure. Aoife Guiney is over there trying to get it up, but it's flicked out by Aideen Brennan, blocked down by Quiva Byrne, and there's still a scramble for possession there. Breaks clear. Flicked forward. Jackie Quigley is trying to get it back, but there was a clear chop there, and there's going to be a free. Good work by Stacey Keogh there, and a free out to Oulart now, Kate.
Yeah, and look at good pressure by Rathnure. Probably when Quiv got free there, probably could have took the shot, but maybe a little bit nervous settling in. But interesting starting off already. Oulart against the wind, and they're just playing one player inside.
Free taken by Ciara Story, sent long. Louise Sinnott tries to get it under control. Flicked out the far side. Chasing after it, Siobhan Sinnott and Aisling O'Leary. Sinnott and O'Leary, a good battle there at the far side, and the ball has been deflected over the sideline at the far side for a Rathnure line ball, and both sides seem to be fairly determined at the start anyway, Laura.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be no easy ball won today. Just looking at Rathnure's half back line, it's very young. Aisling O'Leary, Lizzie Whitley and Katie Lennon. You know, they are very young girls, but I've been really impressed, particularly with Aisling O'Leary. She's had a brilliant championship campaign so far this year, so it'll be interesting to see how she gets on now today.
And another line ball for Rathnure at the far side. And the crowd are still pouring in here, and we have quite a good, strong crowd here, as both sides are normally traditionally very well supported anyway, Kate.
Yeah, definitely, and without a doubt, both teams are strongholds in the hurling scene in Wexford, and both as eagerly looking to win this game.
And a chop there on Stacey Keogh, and there's going to be a free now to Oulart to Ballagh, just about 5 metres inside the 45, I should say. And Ursula Jacob spots the run of Stacey Keogh, but maybe might have been as well to go for the point, as it's sort of been disrupted here, but it's still Ursula Jacob maybe, and laid off here now as far as Shelley Keogh. The shot from Keogh has gone in and over the bar, and a good score there from Oulart after a little bit of messing with the free, Laura.
Yeah, brilliant score, and I think that's one thing that Rathnure are going to have to keep an eye on throughout that match, is the runners coming from midfield. Anae Curran, Stacey Keogh, even Shelley, centre forward. You know, they can be static 1 second and the next minute they're gone, so they will need to keep an eye on those channels.
Long puck out from the Wexford senior Camogie goalkeeper Laura Brennan, and it's won by Mary Lacey, sent in across here to Shelley Keogh. Shelley has it up out ahead of Lizzie Whitley, that time the high ball in towards Una Lacey, well gathered by Lacey. She's under pressure there from Eloise O'Leary. Still Lacey with it, steadies herself, takes a shot, and another point for Oulart. A good score again, Kate.
Yeah, great catch and a great score by Una. Great pressure by Louise, but not able to contain her, and a low trajectory on that, and an inch or two lower. She might have given Laura one to contend with.
So puck out again from Laura Brennan, placed it nicely this time here in front of Katie Lennon. Just goes through Katie Lennon's hand, and Ciara Story is there to kick it over the sideline. So a line ball to Rathnure. Quigley goes back there as far as Lizzie Whitley. Whitley has it up under pressure from Shelley Keogh, trying to break clear the tackle. Hand pass forward to Jackie Quigley. Quigley turns and strikes quickly, sends it in towards Quiva Byrne, who has it gathered really well. Tried to lay it off to Nora Higgins, but there was some good defending that time. Out here to Ciara Story. Stacey Keogh screaming for it there in the middle, and the left-handed strike straight down the middle towards Ursula Jacob. Coming across there, Louise O'Leary. The pick-up is missed. Inside here to Una Lacey. A great chance for goal early on for Oulart. The shot from Una Lacey and a goal. And a brilliant start to this game for Oulart to Ballagh, Laura.
Brilliant, and that is one thing that Oulart are very good at, and that is getting goals. Louise probably left Una maybe a little bit free there. You can't afford to leave her in near the square by herself at all. She'll just, once she gets that ball in her hand, it'll be straight in the back of the net.
And the mistake was punished that time, Kate.
Huge punishment, like many a day that's happened with Una, you know, hanging back and the ball dropping in, and she will finish him, and that's the punishment.
Stacey Keogh sends it down towards Shelley Keogh. Keogh has it up. Lizzie Whitley there putting the pressure on, but it's a cross in again in towards Ursula Jacob, and defending it well there is Amy Cahill, but still battling away here, slightly obscured by a pole, but the ball still on the ground, loose and available to be won, as both teams battling hard. Kick forward by Louise Sinnott across the square, gathered up by Louise O'Leary, who's trying to burst clear with it. Intercepted well that time by Anae Curran. A good chance for Curran, and that's another score for Oulart to Ballagh, Kate. And we saw earlier on in the season on some of the games that were live streamed how effective Anae was for the Wexford senior team this year.
Yeah, any opportunity she get, even all the way out to midfield, she'll punish him and put him over the bar. And just a couple, you can see that Rathnure are a little bit rattled, and probably the start they would have wanted that, and Oulart really are punishing them at the minute.
Laura Brennan's puck out comes over here towards Aoife Guiney. It bounces off her hand and into the hand of Jackie Quigley. She's been fouled, and there's going to be a free in now to Rathnure, and this will be an opportunity maybe for Rathnure to get a score on the board. Laura?
Yeah, definitely, and I think Rathnure will be looking to target Jackie with those puck outs. You know, she's a great hand, she's great in the air. It'll be an interesting battle between her and Ciara Story. You know, Ciara Story does tend to kind of hold the centre-back position, but looking at the performance that Jackie Quigley had in the semi-final, I don't think she's going to be able to afford to do that today.
So a chance for Ciara O'Connor halfway between the 45 and 65, as the breeze is beginning to get a little bit more stiff here in Belfield. The shot from Ciara O'Connor is accurate. Is it going to be long enough? It comes off the hand there of the goalkeeper Lauren Sinnott, and Sinnott carries it out to the side and kicks it out ahead. Pressure being put on by Quiva Byrne, who almost got it up that time, very close to the sideline. In fact, it's gone over the line, and the line ball has been given to Rathnure, Kate.
Yeah, Ciara probably didn't get the strike on that she would have wanted, but it was on target. Could have went in around, but yeah, at least they have the ball in around and they have a line ball.
Taken by Nora Higgins, sent in across, breaks to Ciara Story. Story gets the clearance in, although she was half hooked. Aoife Guiney over, but it's gathered up by Stacey Keogh, flicks it out, or Anae Curran even, flicks it out to Shelley Keogh. Hurl is broken there, but the ball is going forward from an outer point of view. Breaks here around the middle of the field. Lisa Martin got the hand pass across, but it was a bit far for Nora Higgins. Ball breaks to the ground again. Inside here now to Jackie Quigley, who plants the feet, takes the left-handed strike. It's going to be short. Lauren Sinnott, good first touch. Clearance is good as well. Quigley rises high that time. good play from Jackie Quigley. She made the free there a minute ago for Rathnure. She started reasonably well, and there's a chance maybe now. A great hook that time by Stacey Keogh, and the attack for Rathnure, and Michelle Martin was disrupted, but Martin has it up again. There's a chance still for Rathnure. Can they get a goal to get themselves back into the game? They can't. There's a free out, and some good defence from Oulart there, Kate.
Yeah, great intensity from Oulart, and great defending, and it's a free out on the 21. Probably Rathnure look at their little bit of inexperience is going against them at the minute, but if they can just get that score over the bar, I think that there's a lot of fight in them, and they're eager.
Lauren Sinnott to take the free. Breaking onto it there, Stacey Keogh off her knees, sends it in forward in towards Ursula Jacob. Good battle in the corner between Foley and Jacob there as the ball goes over the sideline, and Rathnure are beginning to get a little bit to grips with the Oulart presence at the moment anyway, Laura.
Yeah, I think so, and even looking at Leanne Foley and there on Ursula Jacob, like, she is doing a great job on her. I don't think Ursula she's been quiet so far. Leanne is a very good man marker as well. She's a strong girl, so I think Ursula will have her hands full with her today.
And the line ball sent up here, read well by Ciara Story. Sent over here towards Katie Gallagher, breaks to the ground. Ciara O'Connor flicks it back to Lizzie Whitley, but it's lost again, and Mary Lacey there to kick it forward into the path of Katie Gallagher again. Lizzie Whitley is there battling away, but flicked over here and sent in long into the full forward line. Bit of fumbling with it. Shelley Keogh is there quickly to get onto it for Oulart. Good defence there by Amy Cahill. Good clearance by Lisa Martin there down on top of the middle of the field, but that was a great catch by Mary Lacey inside to Shelley Keogh, and pulled on by Amy Cahill to clear it over towards Ciara Story. Chasing after her there is Michelle Martin, but it's going to be Story now with a chance to launch Oulart on the attack again. Inside to Stacey Keogh, and the ball is like a hot potato there, but she manages to get it the third time and sent in an A Curran up for it, but it bounces off her hand. Lizzie Whitley sends it out as far as Nora Higgins, and along in now towards Aoife Guiney. Breaks. Caoimhe Byrne is turning quickly onto it. There's a chance for Rathnure. Maybe they need to get a score at this stage, and maybe Caoimhe Byrne can be the one to provide it. The shot is mishit, and solid goalkeeping there from Lauren Sinnott, but that was a good opportunity for Rathnure, Laura.
Yeah, definitely a big missed opportunity there for Rathnure. She probably could have even maybe taken a couple of more steps with that and just gone a one-on-one with goalie, but Lauren Sinnott definitely dealt with that very, very well. Good interplay here by the Oulart players as Siobhan Sinnott is on it now. The shot from Sinnott from long range is going in towards Una Lacey. Bounces off Lacey's hand, falls to the ground. Laura Brennan is doing a good job there. Lacey gets the kick to Sinnott, but still a scramble for possession here, cleared out by Leanne Foley. And it's helter-skelter scuff at the moment anyway, Kate.
Yeah, definitely goal opportunity in one end, directly down for a goal opportunity in the other, so...
And Mary Lacey kicks that one over the line. Cut to be taken by Nora Higgins.
Yeah, and a huge opportunity there from Caoimhe Byrne, bearing down on goal. Aoife Guiney sitting in the middle. They probably just need that score just to settle them a little bit into this game.
Ciara Story with the ball up the line here towards Louise Sinnott, but Amy Cahill gets out there first and gets a foul, and chance for Rathnure to launch an attack again. Maybe will Laura Brennan be called out to take this one, or maybe it's going to be Lizzie Whitley. Has been pretty even so far. Once Rathnure have got to grips with the Oulart attack, was that blitz in the first few minutes that really have set Oulart nicely underway, Laura?
Yeah, and I think maybe it is that little bit of nerves you can see in Oulart. They're kind of fumbling balls that they should have maybe been getting their first touch on. A few passes going a bit astray, but they're really starting to settle into it now, and once they get a score on the board, it should really settle them further.
Louise Sinnott battling with Amy Cahill, and again it's a push on Cahill and a free out to Rathnure.
Rathnure seem to be employing one of their forwards out around the middle with Ciara Story just, picking up the loose space around the centre back area.
Laura Brennan has come out from the goal to take this one. Sent in. Good catch. Good solid catch there by Mary Lacey, and high balls down on top of the likes of Mary Lacey and Ciara Story are going to be dealt with fairly easily as Louise Sinnott is trying to get it there, but Ciara O'Connor comes across and push in the back, and a free to Rathnure again, Laura, and they'll be hoping maybe to make something happen out of this one.
Yeah, and I think that was maybe one of Rathnure's tactics against the Martins. They were lobbing high ball in on top of the likes of Jackie Quigley and Aoife Guiney, but I don't know if they can afford to do that now today with the likes of Ciara Story and Mary Lacey in a half back line. They're absolutely exceptional in the air, so maybe they're going to have to try and avoid that half back line and send the ball straight into the full forwards.
Ciara O'Connor sent another one down here on top of a spare player, and it's Stacey Keogh this time for Oulart. Flicks it, but that's not a good flick into the path of Jackie Quigley. Quigley slips as she's trying to make something happen for Rathnure, and good work by Quigley to regain possession that time. Lays it off here to Michelle Martin. Martin turns back inside, takes the shot and sends the ball over the bar, and that's a good score.
Yeah, great score by Michelle Martin. In fairness, Jackie Quigley, got herself in a bit of trouble but recovered really well. Gave the ball out to Michelle Martin, and a great score by Michelle. Exactly what Rathnure needed.
And maybe that'll help boost the confidence of Rathnure a little bit, and maybe help give them a bit of a pep in their step as Lauren Sinnott is preparing to take the puck out, taking her time. The little bit of breeze that is here is blown into the face of Lauren Sinnott as she's pucking this one out. Lands out around the middle. Mary Kate Doyle with the ball in towards Aoife Guiney. Good defended by Aideen Brennan. Brennan pass out, nearly went astray, but she got it the second time and flicks it forward, pulled on by Stacey Keogh across here, and Curran and Lisa Martin. Curran gets it up really neatly, lays it off to Katie Gallagher. Gallagher trying to cut back inside, gets it back to Anae Curran. Good interplay, great sidestep there by Curran to make a bit of space. Switched across to Una Lacey. Good catch by Lacey. Hand passed inside here. There's a great chance of a goal for Oulart. Flicked over the bar by Laura Brennan, and the big question there, Kate, is was the hurl dropped or was it pulled overhand?
I think it should have been a free out. I think Una did, probably drop the hurl there and use the second hand to do a two-hand, use her two hands to do the hand pass, but it was missed by the referee, but another let off for Rathnure could have easily been a goal.
But it just again shows the danger that Una Lacey is posing in there at the edge of the square anyway, Laura.
Definitely, like Una Lacey, with the likes of players like that, you just cannot give her an inch. You need to be nearly in her pocket for the whole match. It was a great save by Laura in the end, deflected it over the bar, but Rathnure are just going to have to be careful with the ball going into that full forward line.
And down injured at the moment is Michelle Martin, and Rathnure will certainly be hoping that she's fit to continue anyway, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. It probably is a blood injury that she has to go off temporarily to get it looked at, but you'd be hoping that she'd be coming back onto the field. But the interesting part of the game is that, Oulart are keeping a lot of space from the midfield, from the 70 right in. There's three in there, they're opening it up and they're packing everyone back to, to snuff out the Rathnure attack and their eagerness early on.
So that is Michelle Martin gone off. A temporary replacement as Rathnure will be hoping. Louise O'Leary carrying it clear now. Forward here, rising high was Jackie Quigley, breaks to Nora Higgins, but Stacey Keogh is putting the pressure on, pushing the back, and Fiona Guiney is the player who's been brought in as the blood sub. As Una Lacey is down injured here at the moment, and Una does have heavy bandaging on both knees, Kate.
Yeah, her right knee is very heavily bandaged since the semi-final at least, but it's not really hindering her today. She is really lethal in there today. She's got 2 balls in her hands, set up the last point and scored a goal, so she'd be a huge loss for him if she can't continue in this game. Well,
judging by the signal that Colin Sunderland just made to the bench there, it looks like there was the traditional substitute signal, and she'd be a big loss, of course, Laura.
She will, massive loss. She's had an absolutely fantastic start here so far today. It's definitely not the player that Oulart want to see walking off the pitch this early in the game, but I suppose they do have the likes of maybe Shauna Sinnott to come on and slot in there in the full forward line, but no, definitely not what Oulart want to see happening this early in the game.
Well, maybe there's been a pause put on the sub idea for the minute to see if Una is capable of continuing, but as we do see there, she does have both knees bandaged, the left knee more heavily than the right knee, but scored 1-1 already. And
yeah, and look, you'd have to give it to Una, an exceptional player. She's played most of her adult competitive games with injuries on either or knee, so I think it's nearly in her DNA to get up and keep going at this point.
And the free from Ciara O'Connor, slightly mishit, but battling away for it now is Jackie Quigley. She manages to get it up. Good work by Quigley. Back to the free taker O'Connor. The shot from Ciara O'Connor has gone in and has gone off to the left and wide, and that's the first wide of the game after almost a quarter of the play here. But Rathnure are going to need to be taking those chances, Laura.
Definitely, they're not the scores that Rathnure can afford to be losing. I think Jackie Quigley is definitely doing serious work in there. She's winning an awful lot of ball. I think that could have been, I know it was a wide, but it would have been the second point that she set up. You know, she's a great hand even when the ball is hopping on the ground. I think she's doing really, really well in there.
And the water break, I suppose, might have come at the right time for Oulart even. It gives them a chance, obviously, to regroup, but it also gives them a chance to assess Una Lacey, who seems to be walking off fairly gingerly there, Kate.
Yeah, definitely gives them the opportunity to assess, and with her that she's just walking in for the water break, you'd have to wonder, will she walk back out? I don't know, but it is a big one for Oulart, but they're definitely on top at this point. Like, it is a real Oulart to go real at the game from the start. They have the goal, they always go for goal early on in a game, and they're 1-4 to a point up, and they seem to be in their rhythm a little bit better than Rathnure. They're crowding out Rathnure at the back. They've pushed everyone back and kept lots of space up front, and it's really suiting the Oulart forwards at the minute.
Yeah, definitely. The Oulart forwards have so much space now. After the 45, they're really crowding Rathnure's forwards up there. They're not getting much opportunity for scores. It'll be interesting to see now how both teams come back out. I think Rathnure are starting to settle into it a little bit more. They're starting to relax into the game, but it definitely is Oulart's game now so far.
And of course, win, lose or draw today, Oulart will be out in action again next week, Kate.
Yeah, like they're playing their 2020 club championship next weekend, so you know how they fare today and making sure everyone is available for next week will be as important as well for them, I suppose. Nonetheless, I'm sure, you know, winning today is the most important thing at the minute.
It certainly is. They won't be worried too much about next week at the moment, but certainly a busy time for Oulart on the Camogie front as we're almost ready to go for Lauren Sinnott again to start the second quarter. She goes short this time as far as Maria O'Dowd. O'Dowd manages to get a clearance up the line as far as Siobhan Sinnott, one of the 4-point scorers for Oulart so far in the first half, and Sinnott sends a good ball down. Una Lacey has returned out for the second quarter here as the ball breaks, won by Lizzie Whitley this time, and trying to carry it clear, being chased down by Louise Sinnott, gets it off to Jackie Quigley. Good work by Shelley Keogh there to put the pressure on. That's great work by the Oulart players in defence that time. And A. Curran with the long shot in towards Una Lacey. Lacey lets it pass her, falls to the ground, pulled on. Good hook by Louise O'Leary. Good work in defence there as Amy Cahill carries it clear now. The hand pass to Leanne Foley. Heavy tackle there, the referee waves play on. Lizzie Whitley in over it now for Rathnure, and taken up by Amy Cahill, sent out here to Jackie Quigley, but that was good defending in the end there by Louise O'Leary.
Yeah, brilliant defending. I think maybe Leanne could have argued a free out there, but really good defending by Louise. You know, she's an extremely experienced player, and once the ball gets into that square, she knows exactly what to do with it. And
scramble for possession now. A heavy tackle there between, I think it was more of an accidental collision really between Aoife Guiney and Aideen Brennan. It was the way Aideen came across, I suppose. It was more of a free out anyway, Kate.
Yeah, definitely, and even by the reaction, it was definitely, I would say, an accidental collision on the blind side for the Rathnure girls, but a nice release for the Oulart players just to get the attack going in the opposite direction.
And if you're joining us late, the 1-4 for Oulart to Ballagh. Una Lacey has 1-1, Shelley Keogh has a point, Siobhan Sinnott has a point, and A. Curran has a point. And the point for Rathnure was scored by the midfielder number 8, Michelle Martin. So they're the scorers so far. And what has been a fiercely contested game so far, Oulart have got the better in the scoring stakes, but since they've scored that 1-3 without a reply in the early stages, Rathnure have come into the game well, and Aideen Brennan seems to be okay to go again. Pick up as poor, and this puts pressure on, flicked out here to Aoife Dunn. Dunn has been chased down by Ciara O'Connor, but a good sidestep by Dunn, good clearance down the line here. Lisa Martin did well to keep that one in play. Flicked forward by Katie Lennon, but it falls here to Anne Curran now for Oulart to Ballagh. Lost. Lizzie Whitley with it now. Clearance down here, only finds Stacey Keogh, and that was a loose ball out of defence. Another loose ball out of defence from an Oulart point of view. Won by Michelle Martin, sent back down. Rising high there was Mary Kate Doyle, but it falls. Stacey Keogh flicks it into the middle to Ciara Story, who just about manages to get her toe to that one. Shelley Keogh back to Mary Lacey. Lacey tries to look for the run inside the full forward line, but it was a poor strike, and Lizzie Whitley is there to send it in towards Caoimhe Byrne in the corner forward position. Good, well gathered by Byrne under a bit of pressure inside to Nora Higgins. Higgins has time to plant the feet, take the shot, and that ball has gone in and over the bar. That was a really good team score, Laura.
Yeah, that was a really, really well worked score. I think Caoimhe Byrne did really well there to find Nora Higgins in the centre, and it was just a simple pop over the bar then, so a really, really well worked score by Rathnure.
And puck out from Lauren Sinnott. Breaks here. Michelle Martin wins it. Ball sent over the far side towards Caoimhe Byrne again. She's done quite well at the far side. Maria O'Dowd is battling hard and got her hand to that one, but it wouldn't fall. And O'Dowd has it a second time. Hand pass out to her centre back, Ciara Story. Flicked out to Stacey Keogh, who's cleared a lot of ball for Oulart so far in the game. That ball into the hand of Louise Sinnott now. Off to Shelley Keogh. This is a good looking move from Oulart to Ballagh if they can provide a finishing touch. And providing the finishing touch there is Shelley Keogh, Kate. A good finish.
Yeah, great finish by Shelley Keogh there. You know, great movement by Oulart too. They're just more relaxed on the ball, and things are working a little bit better for them, and that was the outcome of that point as well.
So 1-5 to 2 points now in Belfield as the sun has gone in a little bit, but it's still quite a warm day here from a November point of view as the ball breaks off the hand of Ciara Story. And it just couldn't be kept in by Nora Higgins, and it's out for an Oulart line ball at the far side. There's a good pace to this game in general, Laura, I think.
Yeah, very quick, and I think even there Laura Brennan she's using the quick puck outs. She's trying to find Jackie. Jackie does have her hands full there with Ciara Story. You know, she's finding it difficult probably to win those puck outs that she might find a little bit easier on another day, but it's a really, really good battle between the two of them there at the moment.
And it's Rathnure going on the attack again, sent in forward towards Caoimhe Byrne, but Maria O'Dowd is on the right side of it this time. Caoimhe Byrne still battling away. This has been a great battle so far, but Stacey Keogh is there yet again to clear the ball down the field for Oulart to Ballagh. Shelley Keogh flicks it over the sideline out for a line ball.
Yeah, and that extra player of Oulart's around the backs is causing Rathnure huge trouble, or you know, they find it very hard to penetrate that when they're moving forward. Like the support there from Shelley just to help Maria O'Dowd get the ball out is standing to him.
And the ball here now with Jackie Quigley. She's been put under a lot of pressure by Ciara Story at the far side. Story and Quigley both end up on the ground, and the referee is giving he's blown the whistle anyway. I'm not 100% sure what the decision is going to be. I think he might throw it in. And the ball is thrown in. Stacey Keogh sends it forward. Ursula Jacob tearing after there. Leanne Foley in pursuit, but Ursula Jacob favourite to win this one. Cuts back inside, sends across here to Shelley Keogh. There's an advantage being played to Oulart. Keogh flicks it over here to Katie Gallagher, and the referee brings it back for the advantage, and this will be a good scoring opportunity, Laura.
Yeah, great scoring opportunity now for Ursula from a free. She's been quite enough so far actually. She hasn't been on an awful lot of ball, which is maybe down to the work that Leanne Foley is doing on her, but this will definitely settle them into the match now again.
And it's going to be Ursula Jacob to take the free, and again opts not to go for the score, sends it across here to Shelley Keogh. Keogh takes the shot, and the ball has gone in and wide. And strange tactic when the free taker is as accurate as Ursula not to be going for a score from there.
Yeah,
Kate?
Definitely, and it's one that Ursula would normally be very confident on. I know Shelley was on her own in the middle, but still, you know, any chance at a free shot or the bar, you know, it's unusual for Ursula not to just slot that over.
Louise O'Leary down on top of Aoife Dunn, but it was robbed from her by Mary Kate Doyle. Doyle is in a bit of space now to send it across in towards Aoife Guiney. Bounces off Guiney's hand and into the hand of Ciara O'Connor. The shot from O'Connor has gone in and over the bar, and we have a 2-point swing there, and Rathnure are back to within 5 now, Laura.
Yeah, and that was a great score. A brilliant ball in by Mary Kate Doyle. Just popped off the hand of Aoife Guiney, and a brilliant score by Ciara O'Connor.
And the sun is out again here as Oulart goes short this time with the puck out to Aoife Dunn. Dunn switches the play. Ashton O'Leary is there to break onto that one. Sent forward to Caoimhe Byrne. There's a bit of a break here for Rathnure maybe. Mary Lacey is trying her best to come back and cover across. Caoimhe Byrne has it up. Over to Nora Higgins. Higgins looked like she was about to take the shot. I think there was a hurl drop there, or maybe it was pulled out of her hand, but maybe we got the benefit of the one at the other end of the field maybe, and that one went away. Rathnure as it's cleared by Ciara Story. Down here to an A. Curran, great pace being shown by Curran, but in hot pursuit there is Michelle Martin. That's a good battle between the two players there, as Michelle Martin has done really well, but an A. Curran has the possession again. The shot from Curran is heading in, batted away by Louise O'Leary into the path of Ursula Jacob, who takes the shot and sends the ball over the bar, and that's a good score, Laura.
Great score, yeah. It's been a great battle so far between Michelle Martin and Anae Curran. You know, Michelle did great work there tracking her back. There's not many players in Wexford who can keep up with the likes of Anae Curran. She's serious speed, so Michelle Martin did really, really well there.
And again, another let off for Oulart, like missed pick up in the far end. Caoimhe Byrne will be disappointed she didn't get up, and you know, and Mary got the ball down the field and, you know, worked out for a point for Oulart.
Laura Brennan, puck out over the far side, breaks to Anae Curran. Curran tries to get it off, but Jackie Quigley working hard again there for Rathnure. Nora Higgins throws herself into the mix that time, and Ciara Story is caught on the ground. Breaks. Stacey Keogh lays it back to Mary Lacey. Lacey down towards Ursula Jacob. Well gathered by Jacob, close to the ground. That was a good move there off here now as far as Siobhan Sinnott. Sinnott takes the shot and does cheers at the far side. Tell us that ball's going over the bar, Kate.
Yeah, what a brilliant score. Quick ball into Ursula, coming out against it and popped it off to Siobhan Sinnott and over the bar. A great score for Oulart.
And we're out to 7 points now, Laura.
7 points, yeah. Rathnure are definitely going to have to start driving forward again, getting the ball quick into their forwards. They don't have a second in there, so when the first touch is not there, they'll find that they're getting very, very crowded and they're very quickly.
And again, the ball is won by Stacey Keogh and sent forward. Siobhan Sinnott flicks it inside towards Louise Sinnott. Ursula Jacob now with a good sidestep, flicks it off into the path of Siobhan Sinnott again. Ashton O'Leary is there trying to put the pressure on. There's plenty of Rathnure backs there. One of them is Leanne Foley. Ashton O'Leary tried to get it up, but it was robbed from her by Siobhan Sinnott. Plenty of pressure on inside the full back line, and the referee has spotted a free. Amy Cahill was fouled and a free out now to Rathnure, but there's some pressure coming on the Rathnure defence at the moment, Kate.
Yeah, absolutely, and Rathnure at the minute just seem to be at 6s and 7s, and Oulart are a little bit more in their rhythm. You know, Jackie's fighting really hard there, but 3 Oulart players around her, and they're picking up the breaking ball. So we are looking for a little bit of magic in Rathnure at the minute, just to bring this to a closer game.
I suppose one player who's been quiet enough today so far is Aoife Guiney. I'd love to see her maybe getting on a little bit more ball, taking on her scores, because once she gets that ball in her hand, she's absolutely deadly at taking her points and her goals as well.
And there's treatment being given to Ursula Jacob here. And just while there's a bit of a pause in the play, just a reminder that today's live stream is brought to you, sponsored by Dancing with Declan. So if you want to learn to dance, contact dancingwithdeclan@gmail.com, and thanks very much to him for support of the live stream here. Quick step line dancing. I'm not great at the jive or anything like that myself, Kate, but maybe I should go to Declan to learn.
I'm sure he'll give you plenty of lessons, and no doubt you'd enjoy it.
And Ursula Jacob does look in a fair amount of discomfort at the moment there,
yeah,
Kate.
hugely. You would have a concern for whether she's able to continue or not, because she doesn't seem to be, you know, getting up at all. I think it's her hand. Is it her hand?
It seems to be, and she's going to have to either get on with it, because the referee has blown the whistle for Laura Brennan to take the free, and it's been sent down here on top of the half back line. A brilliant catch that time by Ciara Story. She rose really high to gather that one. Sent forward, Ursula Jacob over it now, ends up on the ground. Jackie Quigley has it up. Left sided clearance up here towards the half forward line, breaking onto it now. Katie Gallagher sends it back down. Breaks here to Aoife Guiney, who just didn't gather it the first time. Louise O'Leary over it now, has it up. Good defending there by O'Leary to burst clear, and advantage is being played to Rathnure. There's going to be a free to Rathnure, and that was good work in defence.
Yeah, super play there by Louise O'Leary. You know, she's one of the most experienced backs in the county at the moment. Once she gets the ball in her hand, she's able to break through the tackle and pop out the pass, and she's just really, really, really clever with the ball.
And Lizzie Whitley standing over the free now. Rathnure will certainly be hoping to get a few scores to get themselves back into the game before half time, give them a bit of a boost going in at the break, as Lizzie Whitley sends this one forward into Mary Kate Doyle, flicked off to Nora Higgins. Really nicely gathered up by Nora Higgins. The shot is going to be short, batted down by Lauren Sinnott. Sinnott is blocked down by Quiva Byrne, but there's a good chance for Rathnure here. Coming across quickly was Maria O'Dowd, and that was dangerous moments there for the Oulart defence, and it's still not cleared yet. Scramble for it now. I think the referee might be best advised to throw this one in, and there was a good chance there, Kate.
Yeah, huge chance, and I was only just thinking for, Rathnure, probably about 5 minutes left in this half to drop a few balls in across, crossbar height, because there's a huge sun in Louise Sinnott's, Lauren Sinnott's in her face, and even on that one she was uncomfortable catching it, blocking it down, and in was Quiva Byrne. So they are very unfortunate. They're not really getting any breaking around the forward line.
And an Ahern was fouled there almost on the sideline, as the referee Joe Kelly has pointed a free in the direction of Oulart. 1-7 to 3 points. Well, it was pointed in the direction of Rathnure, but by geography, but it's a free to Oulart. Ciara Story now sends it up very close to the sideline. A great catch by Lisa Martin, and she was fouled. There's going to be a free now to Rathnure. That was a good catch under pressure to the sideline, Laura.
Yeah, great catch by Lisa. I think I agree with Kate there, what she was saying. I think what Rathnure need to do now is just start lobbing balls in on top of Lauren Sinnott. They need to start utilising Mary Kate Doyle and Quiva Byrne in there. They're kind of in there on their own, and I suppose all they need is a bit of luck, a breaking ball, and it could end up in the back of the net.
And that free's been sent wide by Jackie Quigley, who couldn't be caught by Quiva Byrne, and that's 2 wides now for Rathnure. Oulart have only hit the one. And that's the half-time whistle blown here in Belfield at the end of the first half of the Senior Camogie Final of 2021, with Oulart on top on a scoreline of 1-7 to 3 points. What did you make of it, Kate, overall?
Yeah, look at it. I suppose maybe the experience of Oulart has really shown in the first half. They have come out, they got their opening scores early on. They've rattled Rathnure, and they haven't really recovered from it. In saying that, Rathnure are fighting strong. They are getting the ball in there. They have had the opportunities, but just don't seem to be able to get, to take those opportunities. And look at it's a 7-point game at this point, and Oulart are probably deserving of that difference in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. Oulart definitely do deserve to be 7 points up at this stage. I think that early goal kind of really settled them into the game. Rathnure definitely have come back into it. 7 points in a county final. If they can come back out into the second half with a bit of fight and a bit of luck as well, keep popping balls into their full forward line, all they need is one break and it could end up in the back of the net. So it'll be interesting to see now how they line out, if they decide to make any changes for the second half.
It certainly will. We'll take a brief break here in the commentary box, and we'll be back in a few minutes with coverage of the second half. So we're almost ready to begin the second half here in Belfield, and again the sun is back out, and we'll try and keep you up to date on any personnel changes that there might be as the game goes on, as St. Coleman's pipe band are making their way off the field, and we'll see what sort of effect the words of wisdom have on the Rathnure players. And we see Oulart almost immediately trying to isolate Shelley Keogh inside in the full forward line. Kate?
Yeah, they definitely employed a tactic of keeping a lot of space in the full forward line, and look at, they're all out nearly like old style GA, all lined up on the 70 metre line in their forward end.
All we're missing is the Archbishop to throw in the ball as Joe Kelly throws it in and breaks here. Stacey Keogh pulls on it, sends it forward into the path of Ursula Jacob. Jacob seems to be okay after that injury she sustained in the first half. Breaks clear to an A Curran. She has options outside. One of them is Stacey Keogh, who plants her feet and sends a shot in and over the bar, and that's a fine score.
Yeah, an absolutely super score. No, one of the best part of an A Curran's game is her sidestep, and you could see it there. Like, once she's past you, there's just no stopping her. But a brilliant finish.
And Laura Brennan now looking into the sun. Sends the puck out down towards the middle here. Nora Higgins is the target. Mary Lacey wasn't shy of letting fly that time, but the referee judged that she pulled both ways and the same swing, Kate, so free to Rathnure.
Yeah, you couldn't really dispute that. Free into Rathnure.
Ball in here towards Aoife Guiney. There's a chance maybe for Rathnure. Guiney has it. Can she get it away? Just a stumble there. Aideen Brennan has it up. Good tackle by Guiney to flick it away. Quiva Byrne is in there, has it up. And possibly a push there, I thought maybe, but it's Aideen Brennan who's coming clear with it now. Is cleared by an A Curran, high ball down. Rathnure might count themselves a little bit unlucky there, but it's Shelley Keogh breaking onto this one now for Oulart to Ballagh. Can she get a score? It's a low ball in towards Ursula Jacob. Really well gathered. That's a brilliant collection there by Ursula Jacob, a high tackle, and that's going to be a free in, and I would say probably a penalty, Kate.
Yeah, you'd have to say that was a penalty. She got her hurl probably stuck around her neck, and possibly a yellow card to go with that, to be fair.
Exactly the start of the second half that Oulart would want, Laura, if they can convert this one.
Yeah, and it's definitely not the start that Rathnure wanted. I don't think there's any dispute in that penalty. She was definitely fouled in there. Unlucky for Rathnure as well. They probably missed a goal chance down there with Aoife Guiney as well.
And possibly could have been given a penalty likewise in the other end of the field. I thought the referee was a bit slow to maybe make a call on Rathnure's attack.
And this one is going to be taken by Una Lacey. And it's a low shot saved by Laura Brennan. Good save, and she just about managed to keep the rebound from trickling over the line as well. So good work on the goal there, Kate.
A brilliant save by Laura Brennan, and great recovery. She got the save. The ball kind of bounced, but she kept it out. And it's probably what Rathnure need. They need to to keep them in the game. They needed a save there from Laura.
If that hadn't been saved, in reality, it was probably game over, really, Laura.
Yeah, I'd say that could have put Rathnure to bed now, but a brilliant save by Laura Brennan, and that'll definitely lift Rathnure now.
Leanne Foley driving clear with this one, but there was a stumble there and the ball is lost again. Shelley Keogh trying to get it up, but it's Leanne Foley who clears it on the second time of asking, as Jackie Quigley is trying to make something happen for Rathnure, and she certainly has been the standout performer for Rathnure so far, Kate.
Yeah, definitely, Jackie. Her work rate in the first half has been exceptional, and the same. She's fighting for every ball and trying to make it happen, and she got her free there.
And Lizzie Whitley is going to take it close to the sideline. Bounce there in front of Mary Kate Doyle. She couldn't quite get it under control. And A Curran has it now. One-handed flick out towards Katie Roach. Nora Higgins over there. That was really well picked up in a tight space. Back out to Mary Kate Doyle. Sent in towards Aoife Guiney here maybe. And the ball just goes past her and into the goalkeeper, Lauren Sinnott, who clears it out to Mary Lacey. Siobhan Sinnott is further up the line, and the referee spotted a foul there, and it wasn't difficult to spot the foul either, Kate, I think.
Definitely not. Without a doubt, a free out to Mary there, and look at, had she got the pass off, it would have broke up the field very quickly as well. So another attack on for Oulart. And
that's a yellow card there for Lisa Martin. And Laura, both sides managements will be looking at the bench to see who can make an impact. I suppose there's some talented players on both sides on the bench.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking at Oulart's bench, the likes of Shauna Sinnott, Katie Murphy, both two very experienced players. No strangers to county finals either.
Ball sent forward here. Nora Higgins pulls the hurl out of Mary Lacey's hand, and that's a free to Oulart to Ballagh. And we caught that one right in front of us here. There was no missing that one, and things are just they're not going Rathnure's way anyway, Kate.
No, they're definitely not happening for Rathnure, and Oulart really are pushing on and punishing, where they can, and I suppose very blatant free for Oulart, and another chance for a score for Ursula with the wind in her back.
And Jacob with the free long range lands in around the edge of square. Great catch by Una Lacey, and a brilliant goal, a brilliant finish there by Una Lacey, and that's 2 goals and a point now for her, Laura.
Yeah, look, that was an absolutely fantastic goal. Unbelievable catch by Una Lacey. Once she's in on the corner of the square, there's just no stopping her, and a really, really good goal.
And it's a long road back now for Rathnure, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. Look at it. Una's been on song today. Any ball that's gone in, she's caught a lot of balls, and that one just epitomises as well. 3 players around her, and she's still got the strike in and back of the net. So great score by Una.
And the ball falls here to Ursula Jacob yet again. Flicked over. She tries to get it to Shelley Keogh. Gathered up, and the shot is sent in towards Una Lacey again. Ball breaks here in front of the goalkeeper, Laura Brennan, and falls to the ground. Flicked away by Louise O'Leary. Important intervention there by O'Leary. She's going to have to get the head up now to see where the options are. Sent forward down towards Ciara Story. Well gathered by Story inside to Shelley Keogh. Flicked over here to Mary Lacey, and maybe Oulart are starting to turn on the style a little bit here. Great sidestep by Lacey, back inside to Shelley Keogh again. Keogh is going to take the shot. It's heading in towards Una Lacey. A great catch by Lacey, and a finish again by Una Lacey, and that's 3 goals and a point now for her, Laura, and she can't be handled today at all.
Yeah, her second goal there in about 2 minutes. There's not much you can do to stop goals like that, stop players like that. At the end of the day, the likes of Una Lacey, she's always going to get a couple of goals on the day. Rathnure really are just going to have to get the ball up the pitch, get it into the likes of Aoife Guiney, and just take a gamble at it.
And this is starting to be champagne camogie as Siobhan Sinnott sends it in towards the edge of the square again. That shot has gone over the bar, and that could be the point of the game, Laura.
Yeah, no, another brilliant score by Siobhan Sinnott. Oulart are really, really getting on top now. You can see even in the style of play, they're getting off the nice little flicks, the nice little passes. They're finding each other well with the ball. They're really after settling into this third quarter. And
we've gone from 8 points to 15 points in the blink of an eye, Kate.
Absolutely, and that's the potential that Oulart have. They put on the pressure, and once they get one score, they can tack on 2 or 3 scores. And look at 2 goals for Una within 2 or 3 minutes. I think that kind of seals it for him, really.
Katie Gallagher now with it, bearing down on goal here. Still Gallagher, and the shot has gone in, and it's over the bar, and 3-10 now to 3 points, and that's Katie Gallagher's first score of the game, and it was a good one, Kate.
Yeah, brilliant score. And look at, it kept opening up for her, and she kept going as far as she could just to make sure she got the score, and a great score for Katie Gallagher.
And Rathnure are making a double substitution. Mary Kate Doyle and Amy Cahill are making way. And coming in there is 18 Laura Redmond and Emer O'Connor. As the puck out here breaks, Jackie Quigley tries to get it up for Rathnure. Good battle for possession now with no one really able to get it up cleanly yet. Lizzie Whitley and Shelley Keogh battling forward, pulled on. Stacey Keogh comes across now, and she's made up strongly, and chance for Oulart to pull even further clear, and there was a bit of an altercation there, and I think the ball is going to be thrown in now. I think Shelley Keogh had a bit of a reaction to that one, so it's going to be thrown in now, and it's probably not going to matter in the grand scheme of things, Kate.
No, I don't think so, but the biggest thing now for Rathnure is just getting stuck in and, save a bit of for themselves, just they're a very young team, and just get a few scores on the board just to lift a bit of confidence. And for themselves, I think there's more in them than what they've shown today.
Lizzie Whitley takes it, sends it into the hand of Aoife Guiney. Sent in from Guiney into the full forward line, but there to cut off again is Ciara Story. Story trying to get away, and the one-handed flick out only goes as far as Guiney. Flick forward from Guiney. Aidan Brennan is there to cut off that one. An A current out here as far as Siobhan Sinnott. Again, possibly be looking for Mary Lacey inside in the full forward line. That's where it's gone all the way in towards Lacey. A good catch again. And Lacey takes the shot, and the ball's gone over the bar. And another good score there, Kate.
Yeah, brilliant score by Una. Her hand is like a magnet today. I think everything that goes in there, she is catching and finishing, and a great performance by Una.
Short puck out goes to Leanne Foley. Foley sends it up the line towards Ciara O'Connor, pulled on there, but meeting it strongly is Katie Roach, and the ball had already gone over the sideline. The linesman, I think, has the flag straight up, so he might have a throw in. Lizzie Whiteley breaking onto this one off. Gathered up by Michelle Martin, out to Nora Higgins, who just stumbles as she tried to get possession of that one, but has it up the second time. Ball in here towards the full forward line. Quiva Byrne is being marked tightly there, but it's Aidan Brennan who carries it clear this time. Brennan under pressure from Emer O'Connor. Mary Lacey now, but she's tackled by Quiva Byrne, pulled on by Lacey out the field. Nora Higgins is there to try and get it. Back from Higgins, and, well, possibly maybe a slight throw, but Aisling O'Leary sends it in to the full forward line. And can Rathnure get a few scores back in return, as there's a long road back, but they won't give up anyway. Ciara O'Connor with the shot, it's looping in, but it's a miss-hit, and Lauren Sinnott is there to clear it up the line. And the game has gone very scrappy at the moment, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. And look at, as you said, Rathnure are just not giving in, and they're not, they're fighting for every ball, just not coming off for them at the minute. And as you say, just scrappy.
And another scramble here in the middle. Shelley Keogh has it up. Strike away towards Siobhan Sinnott. Gets it off well to an A Curran. An A steadies herself, takes a shot. And that's a beautiful score again, Laura.
Yeah, another great score there from Oulart. Just looking at their score list so far, I think 7 of their midfields and forwards are after scoring now. So, a good spread of scores all over the pitch. You'd be hoping for Rathnure bringing on the likes of Emer O'Connor might give them that bit of a lift now that they need going into the final quarter. She's been gone with injury for the last couple of years, so hopefully that'll give them just maybe a final lift and get them to drive forward for the last 15-20 minutes.
And down injured at the moment is Leanne Foley for Rathnure.
You would say that the start that Oulart got probably was the one that Rathnure probably needed today to settle, like a lot of new players, first senior county final, and it probably just hasn't gone their way today. And they needed a little bit of confidence somewhere along the line, or a little bit of luck to go their way, and that hasn't happened for them.
And it seems as though Leanne Foley is okay to continue. Laura Brennan is shielding her eyes from the sun, and the puck out is on its way. A really long puck out this time, all the way into the half forward line. Rising highest there was Ciara Story and Jackie Quigley, but this one breaks to Aoife Dunn. Dunn kicks it out across here. Siobhan Sinnott chasing for it, and just fumbled it out over the end, or over the sideline there. And It's a pity for the crowd that's here that the game is not a little bit more close at the moment, Laura. It's gone dead in the last few minutes, really, with the result fairly inevitable now at this stage.
Yeah, I suppose in those couple of goals, and that's what Oulart do. You know, once they get a run on you, they try to put teams to bed. They don't let off at all, and I suppose that's what they're after doing here in the third quarter today. I suppose for Rathnure, they just need to try and, you know, pop a few scores over the bar, try send the ball into the full forward line, into Emer O'Connor, into Aoife Guiney, and I suppose just keep trying to drive forward.
And Rathnure have brought in another 2 subs. Quiva Byrne has gone off and Katie Lennon has gone off and Marie Morrissey has been brought in. Not 100% sure who the other one who was brought in is, but we'll find out fairly soon because she's racing over to the ball there now. Laura Edmond, she was on already, but we'll still try and bring you up to date on who the other sub for Rathnure is as it breaks here now. Lisa Martin carrying it clear. Sent down the line towards Ciara O'Connor, but coming across there is Stacey Keogh. Ursula Jacob fouled that time, Leanne Foley, and there's going to be a free out to Rathnure.
And I suppose the one thing that is standing out at the moment is Oulart's work rate, particularly around midfield. You know, the likes of Stacey and Anae, you know, they are driving forward and taking their scores, but they're also getting back and they're getting those hooks and blocks and interceptions in, and they're really helping out their half back line.
And again, Ursula is down, you know, kind of holding herself same as she was in the first half. Maybe has a little bit of an injury there she's carrying at the minute.
And at this stage they can afford to think about next week and maybe take her off. There are plenty of good players in reserve there for Oulart at the moment. Shauna Sinnott, maybe Emer O'Connor, someone who's on the Premier Junior Camogie panel of that won the All-Ireland and the league. You know, Michaela Hawkins was brought on the last day as well, I think, and plenty of players there that Oulart can be considering bringing on to give Ursula a chance to recover maybe ahead of next week.
Yeah, absolutely, and give them a little bit of a feel for the game as well.
Ball breaks here. Flicked away by Laura Redmond. Ursula Jacobs up again and battling away forward with Leanne Foley. Jacob with the left-handed strike across the edge of the square. Una Lacey pulls on it this time. The shot has gone in and deflected just out for a 45. It was almost the 4th goal there for Una Lacey, but we're out for a 45, Laura.
Yeah, definitely. Probably a bit of a let off for Rathnure there. I think she probably actually had time to get the ball into her hand and take the shot out of her hands, but just deflected out there by Laura Brennan for a 45.
And you would probably say the sting has definitely gone out of this game at this stage. Like, it's a lot of just moving through the motions, I think.
It's going to be Ursula Jacob to take. And no mistake with the free, and that's Oulart de Balloch's first score from place ball as Ursula Jacob sends that one over the bar. And our free is called for the water break here, with Oulart de Balloch leading by 19 points, and that was a phenomenal third quarter of the game, really, from Oulart, Laura.
Yeah, look, and I suppose the third quarter probably is the quarter where games are won or lost, and I think Oulart are definitely after putting this bed to game. You know, a 19-point lead. It's very hard to see any team coming back from that. For Rathnure, I suppose they're just going to have to come out and just give it absolutely everything now in the final quarter. Just leave everything on the pitch, keep trying to get those scores in, and I suppose close the gap that's there at the moment between themselves and Oulart.
Yeah, like 2-6 in that quarter, and Rathnure failed to score. It really tells the tale of the game, really, and you can see, you know, Oulart are really dominating, and at this point you would wonder, will they, I suppose, maybe give a few subs the opportunity to get some match time in the county final. And
in general, despite a couple of, we'll say, lean years on the inter-county camogie front in general, things are getting back on track as well, and plenty of these players will be seen in action for Wexford over the coming years, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you'd like to see. Like, there is a lot of new faces out there, probably more on the Rathnure side. But look, you're right. Like, there's a lot of potential in Wexford, and it is nice to see him getting back on the scene again. And you'd look forward to 2022 and you know, building on our season just gone by.
And of course, Laura, you played a part in the last few years for the senior team, and you'll be hoping to push on again next year.
Yeah, definitely. And look, like, looking at the team over the last few years, it is a very young and up and coming team. There's a good few girls here playing today who would have been part of the panel, the likes of Louise O'Leary, Aoife Guiney, and Nae Curran. So yeah, we will definitely be looking to push on now in the next couple of years and hopefully get to those semi-finals and All-Ireland finals as well.
So the two teams are making their way back out. Just Fiona Donlan was actually brought in as a second sub that time that we weren't figuring out. So Fiona Donlan is in for Rathnure as well, and the game is going again. Ball breaks here. Katie Gallagher flicks it forward. Breaking onto it now, Ursula Jacob. Jacob lays it off to Aoife Dunn. Dunn up the line towards Louise Sinnott. Oh, Laura Redmond is there. And Sinnott flicks it out, I thought. But it's gone out for a 45.
And that was good play there as well by Aoife Dunn breaking forward. She's been probably one of the most solid half-backs, not even in the county or in the county in the country this year. She had a super year for the county junior team as well. She does an awful lot of work there, and I think a lot of time it does go unnoticed, but she's working really, really well there again today.
Ursula Jacob standing over a 45. Didn't quite connect well with that one, but it breaks here into the front of the goal. Good chance for Sinnott to get a goal. Louise Sinnott, as she's bottled up there at the edge of the square and has gone down injured, but coming clear with it now is Louise O'Leary. There's it off here now to Leanne Foley. Foley takes on Katie Roach and flicks it off to Nora Higgins. Higgins collides with the referee there, but continue play as Rathnure will be looking to get a few scores on the board here. Lisa Martin forward in towards Marie Morrissey. Morrissey has it up really well. Ball sent in across here to Jackie Quigley. Jackie going to try and take on Ciara Story, and Story did well to keep her out. The hand pass goes back here to Nora Higgins. The shot is a weak one. It didn't quite connect with it as well as she had hoped, and off to the left and wide, and 3 wides now for Rathnure and only 1 for Oulart. It's been, both teams have been accurate enough in front of goal, but from a Rathnure point of view, they just haven't had enough shots on goal really at all.
No,
Kate.
definitely not. And look at nice ball into Jackie. She just couldn't get around Ciara Story, dropped the ball back, and you'd been expecting Nora to get that over the bar, and she'd no doubt disappointed that she didn't just get a point there. And
Shauna Sinnott has been introduced for Oulart Ballagh in place of Louise Sinnott. Doesn't make things any easier for the Rathnure defence, Laura.
No, definitely not. You know, Shauna Sinnott, she's been with the county team for the last number of years. She's an absolutely excellent player. She's another goal getter in there as well. So Oulart will definitely still, or Rathnure will definitely still have their hands full with her.
Stacey Keogh with it all the way down towards Ursula Jacob again. And Nae Curran is running off her shoulder. That was a good move by Oulart Ballagh, and the shot from Nae Curran has gone in and wide this time. So that's the second wide of the game for Oulart Ballagh, but good movement again by Oulart.
Yeah, great move by Nae Curran, and a pop off there from Ursula. Probably a let off for Rathnure, because traditionally, you know, an A would be popping those over the bar.
In here now to Emer O'Connor. Emer showed a good sidestep, hand pass forward. Lisa Martin intercepted from her by Stacey Keogh. Aoife Dunn flicks it out to Nae Curran. Curran is going to try and take on Michelle Martin. Good work by Martin to keep Curran under pressure, and well robbed that time, and Rathnure can go on the attack forward to Jackie Quigley. Just burst through her hand that time. Ciara Story is there, but Marie Morrissey is working hard. Flicked off here to Emer O'Connor. This is a good looking move for Rathnure. The shot from Emer O'Connor has gone wide, but the referee is playing an advantage to Rathnure, and that was good work from Rathnure that time, Laura.
Yeah, super work, and you know, it started out in the middle of the field where Michelle Martin intercepted Nae Curran. You know, Nae Curran, once she gets the ball in her hand, she's not an easy player to stop, so Michelle Martin did really, really well there. Good attempt as well by Emer O'Connor, and definitely well deserved free in.
So we have the free now to be taken by Ciara O'Connor. So with 8 minutes left, Ciara O'Connor sends that one over the bar for Rathnure's 4th point of the game, and it's a really long time since they last managed to get a score. I think it was it even before the first water break, Kate? I can't remember exactly, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it is. It's been a while since they got a goal, and sometimes that can deflate a team hugely as well when you've lack of scores coming. But
good work here. Michelle Martin sends it in to Emer O'Connor. Good pace being shown by O'Connor. Flicks it off to Aoife Guiney. Chance for Rathnure maybe to work a goal in here to Jackie Quigley. Well gathered by Quigley. The shot and a goal for Rathnure, and they certainly haven't given up. And that was a good move from back here in the middle of the field, Laura.
A great move, yeah, and Emer O'Connor there has definitely made a difference since she came in. That's definitely what Rathnure needed now, I suppose, to tighten the gap between the two teams.
And another sub for Oulart Ballagh is coming in there, number 17, Michaela Hawkins, and she's gone in place of number 4, Katie Roach. Short puck out from Oulart, this time goes to Ciara Story, who in turn launches it long down towards Shauna Sinnott here. Bounces off Sinnott's leg and still there to be won. Kicked here to Anae Curran. Flick from Curran towards Shelley Keogh. That was a good first touch by Keogh. It was an awkward ball to deal with in towards the goal. Laura Brennan catches and deals with it comfortably. It's a good battle in there between Fiona Donlan and Una Lacey taking place, Kate.
yeah, definitely there was a lot of off the ball tussling going on when the ball was being cleared by Laura Brennan.
Siobhan Sinnott now. Cross into the middle, good first touch by Lacey Keogh in towards the full forward line again, but that one has gone out wide and Fiona Donlan has gone down holding her head that time. I think there might have been a collision again, but the puck out sent long. Emer O'Connor tries to get her hand to it, but breaks here. Stacey Keogh has it outside to Shelley Keogh. Hand pass is blocked down. Good block by Lizzie Whitley that time, won by Emer O'Connor again, and she's had a good impact since being brought on. Flick back to Lisa Martin. Louise O'Leary off to Lizzie Whitley again. Rathnure still going strong here as it's just spilled that time by Ciara O'Connor. Cleared away by Stacey Keogh again up the line towards Shelley Keogh, and there was a tackle there on Shelley, and you know, Stacey Keogh I think has been very impressive in my view anyway, Kate.
Yeah, right from the start she's been, dominating around the middle, and definitely has been very impressive in this game. Probably not as, in the second half I think a lot of players are quieting, but she has had a great game.
Ciara Story is the one who's going to take the free. Long ball all the way in towards Una Lacey. It breaks through and Laura Redmond is there. Tackled by Shauna Sinnott, but manages to get it out. Lisa Martin flicks it ahead of herself and Stacey Keogh is onto it again, but Louise O'Leary flicks it forward to Emer O'Connor. Good strike from Emer all the way in towards the full forward line where Marie Morrissey is battling away there with Maria O'Dowd, and it's Oulart who come away with it again through Ciara Story off to O'Dowd, just a little bit out of her reach, and Ciara O'Connor is there to gather it up. Flicked back to Emer O'Connor, flicked off to Emer or to Ciara again. Oulart are still battling away. They're not wanting Rathnure to get in for any more scores. Gathered up by Ciara O'Connor, very close to the far sideline, laid off to Jackie Quigley. Quigley tries to cut back inside. She's been fouled there by Michaela Hawkins, and there's going to be a free now to Rathnure, and it's still a good battle despite the scoreline, Laura.
Yeah, it is, and I suppose that's the thing with Oulart as well. Even a 3-13 to 1-4 lead, they're still driving forward. They don't want to let Rathnure get any more scores on the board. And it's interesting, they're still kind of targeting Una in the full forward line as well. You know, they're not just popping the ball over the bar like maybe other teams would with this kind of a lead. They're still wanting to get their goals, and I suppose they're just really wanting to put the game to bed.
And a free from Ciara O'Connor, she goes low. Ciara Story is there to intercept it. Cleared out and blocked down, and I think it's going to go out for a Rathnure line ball. I thought it was blocked down off Ciara Story's hurl, so I think Rathnure should be a Rathnure ball, yeah. And a free in now to Rathnure. So as we approach the closing stages here with the game fairly much decided, we'll be considering who our player of the match is, and there are plenty of contenders, I suppose, particularly on the Oulart side. Kate, who would you see as the top 3 or 4 in your view?
Well, you'd have to say, look, they've had, you know, strong performances all over the field, and probably more than that. The last water break, you know, Una probably top of that list, 3-1 today. A lot of performances in around 3-2. Sorry, and look at Stacey Keogh, middle of the field, and Kern has done a good bit of work. The half forward line have popped up for a lot of scores here today as well for Oulart, and so you'd have to say all around they've had a lot of really good, strong performances on the pitch.
And it's still Oulart in the attack. Shelley Keogh lays it off to an Curran. We'll get Laura's thoughts on it now in a second, as an Curran is going to try and extend Oulart's lead. But that was good defending. That time as free out has been given to Rathnure, and the players that you would have in contention, I suppose fairly similar to what Kate had, but...
Yeah, look, I suppose same as Kate, you could nearly pick out anyone on that Oulart team, particularly in the third quarter when they really dominated. Looking at their backs, you know, Aideen Brennan in at fullback, she's really kind of held her own in there. She's driven out with a good few balls. Stacey Keogh and Karen, they've done absolutely savage work in the middle of the field, tracking back and driving forward as well. They've both gotten a point from play between the two of them. And then obviously, you know, Una Lacey, after scoring 3-2, she definitely can't be disregarded for player of the match.
So as the breaking ball here is being competed for, Shelley Keogh is trying to get it up there. Louise O'Leary has a cup between her feet, flicked out here towards Shelley Keogh again. Clearance down here into the full forward line. Race between Una Lacey and Fiona Donlan, won this time by Donlan. Sent down to Mary Lacey, another player who's been very solid in this game for Oulart to Ballagh, into the middle. And Kern with the shot, it's going to land short. Laura Brennan is there to deal with it comfortably. Out here to Laura Redmond. Redmond is challenged well by Shauna Sinnott. And Sinnott continued to hold in that time, so there's going to be a free out. I think, as I said earlier in the game, I was very, very impressed with Stacey Keogh from the minute the ball was thrown in. Siobhan Sinnott, I think, has been quite effective there, half forward. She's got 3 points. Mary Lacey, as I mentioned a minute ago, and obviously everyone that the girl... Kate and Laura have mentioned, but I think Kate, from my vote anyway, it's very hard to look past a player who scored 3-2 from playing a county final, and I think Una Lacey would be my player of the match anyway.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, and you'd have to say, you know, in terms of efficient use of the ball today, she's had probably maybe 5 or 6 opportunities taking the ball out of Sky, and has got 3-2, so her use and the amount of balls that she's been on and her return from it is, as you say, it's just so hard to look past her today. And
that was really good work from Emer O'Connor. She's going to take the free herself. And your vote, Laura?
Yeah, you know, I'd have to agree. Una Lacey scoring 3-2 in a county final is not easy, but you know, all of her goals, you know, they were textbook goals. They were perfectly executed. You know, took the ball out of the air, got the first touch, and straight in the back of the net.
And I think that's all the action we're going to have. Joe Kelly, the referee, is walking in towards the goalkeeper. I think he's going to call for the ball from the puck out, and it's going to be Oulart to Ballagh, who win their 14th ever Wexford Senior Camogie Championship, and it's 14 titles for the likes of Ursula Jacob and Mary Lacey, and they can be very pleased with their performance here today.
Senior County Champions, Oulart to Ballagh.
And congratulations as well to Una Lacey, who was the player of the match today. But a fantastic performance by Oulart, and they'll be going ahead now to play both in the 2020 Club Championship and the 2021 Club Championship, Kate. And on the basis of what we've seen today, they'll have every chance.
Yeah, huge. They're very strong from start to finish. They're so well seasoned together. They've so much experience together, and you know what a comprehensive performance by them today. They went at it from the minute the ball was thrown in, and look at, they will fancy their chances in both championships going forward, and what a winter to kind of look forward to for those players, that you get the opportunity in 2 club championships to, you know, to add it to their roll of honour. But I suppose from a Rathnure point of view, I know it's disappointing today. They didn't perform, they didn't get the breaks, but you would say that they've a lot of nice hurlers out there, and you know, they're a very young team. 2 players probably bridging in between their last senior club championship. So look at, I think they have a bright future ahead, a lot of great players coming through, and Rathnure shouldn't write off that they'll be thereabouts in the next couple of years.
And your thoughts, Laura?
Yeah, look, you know, obviously a completely well-deserved win from Oulart. You know, it was a pleasure to watch them, really, you know, the way they throw around the ball, their style of play, everything just stuck really for them on the day. And I suppose this is kind of only the start of their journey, really, when you look at it. They have the 2020 and the 2021 championship still to play in, and looking at their performance today, you know, it's hard to see a team that will come out and maybe beat them. So I think they will do very well in both championships. Commiserations, I suppose, to Rathnure. You know, it obviously just didn't happen for them on the day, but I have no doubt that they will be back. They're a very, very young team. You know, they've a lot of 18, 19, 20-year-old girls on the team, so I have no doubt that we'll be seeing an awful lot more of Rathnure in county finals in the coming years.
And that's Oulart's 14th ever Wexford Senior Camogie Championship. They're still four behind Buffers Alley, so no doubt this group of players will be trying to catch Buffers Alley the best they can before they decide to call it a day. But just in particular to remark that it's all 14 of the county titles, Una Lacey, Mary Lacey and Ursula Jacob, and really great longevity. Kate, you played for a long time, but to play at a very high standard for a long time takes an awful lot of commitment and effort.
Yeah, and look, to get a return of 14 senior club championships in that period is exceptional, and you know, fair play to them. They stuck it out. They battled many a battle in county finals together, and what a record! Like, you know, they are the players, the committed players, and they never give in, and you can see it out there today. They definitely stood up and were counted.
And Karen Atkinson, of course, another who's in the 14 category now, and they're celebrating there with the great supporters that they've had here today. And Rathnure, of course, had great support here today too. We'll go over to the presentation in a few minutes once the captain Stacey Keogh makes her way up here. But that's all from us here in the commentary box, from myself, Laura Dempsey and Kate Kelly. We hope you enjoyed the coverage of today's senior Camogie county final and Oulart to Balloch's 14th ever victory.
Thank you everybody. On behalf of Wexford Camogie, I'd just like to thank Belfield for the use of the ground here today. I'd especially like to thank the officials for our senior final and wish Joe Kelly all the very best in his future since he's now retiring from refereeing Camogie in the county. I'm going to call forward Peggy Kelly to present the cup after I present Una Lacey with the Player of the Match award.
Hand it on a plate. It wasn't just good there, exactly.
Now I'd just like to call forward Peggy just to present the cup to the honour captain. So you can step forward.
Thanks very much, Peggy. Thank you.
Stacey? Just stand near that one as well, just for the live stream.
Do you first that? No. Right, well, I'll be short and sweet anyway. I suppose this time last year when we won, we didn't have everyone in here and it just wasn't the same, but having everyone in here today and getting over the line, it means a lot to all of us. We've been training the past year, I suppose, not knowing what we were training for, and fair play to the girls, we never let up. The pitches weren't open, but the kitchens were open, and we were doing Zoom calls with Rory, and we were doing everything by ourselves, and that's a credit to the girls. I think the performance there today, it speaks for itself. I think everyone hurled their socks off 1 to 30 for the training over the last while, and it's a credit to everyone today. I suppose I'd like to thank Rathnure for a great game. Every time we play, it's not a game of hurling, it's a dogfight, and you work for every ball you get, and that was what we did today. So 3 cheers for Rathnure. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. I suppose 30 women are not easily managed, and credit where credit is due. The lads came on board and there was no stone left unturned from everyone, from Paddy doing the hurls to Kevin Kennedy, Kevin Doyle, Colin and Rory Jacob, and Bridget Moore for the first aid. So I'd like to give them a round of applause. And the physical trainer Ray Harris, who we don't always agree with, but in the betterment of everyone else, crowns us. I won't keep you too much longer, but I'd like to dedicate this win today to one of our favourite supporters. He's not here today, but this win is for Phil Redmond. Up Oulart! Thanks very much, thank you.